Okay, y'all come me to install this wig. Okay, I already applied my cap. I'm adding my got to be. And y'all, the next step I will be using the blow dryer. So I'll be right back. So I added my blow dryer to it so that we can get it to dry a little faster. And that's what we're doing right now. I'll be right back. So y'all, we will be cutting the cap because it is dry now. And y'all, I love using this type of eyebrow razor because it actually cuts the cap really, really good instead of using scissors. That's what I prefer. If scissors is more comfortable with you, you can also use scissors too. But I recommend everyone to use the eyebrow razor. So I'll be right back. So I'm actually cutting off the excess of cap that needs to be cut off because you want your cap to look bald. You hear me? You want it to be looking bald at the top. Like, look like you ain't got no hair at the top. I'm just playing. But yeah, I'm cutting off the little tabs and stuff that need to be cut off. And I recommend y'all to get like a HD type of cap because this is what this is. This is an HD cap. So it kind of look, once you the next step is coming. So I had to tie the back of it up because I had cut the cap in the back. So if you want if you want it to be secure, just tie it up in the back. You don't even have to cut it. And I cut the ear tabs and stuff out. So, cause we get into the next step. Be right back. So now I'm applying my makeup to where my wig is gonna go because we don't want no cap that's looking white. We want the cap to look natural. Like you see how it's naturally fading into my skin? That's how you want your cap. And you only put the makeup where you know that your wig is gonna go. So next step will be coming. So I'm just applying the makeup everywhere that I need to apply it. And I added some alcohol to rub out the excess of makeup that's on my forehead before I add the glue, because you don't want to add the glue on top of makeup because it's not gonna stick properly. See how all that makeup has been removed off my forehead so that I can apply the glue, so the glue can actually stick and it can last longer. So y'all, that's the lace glue that I will be using right there. It's called Dolly Hair Lace Glue. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Here go the wig. We finna apply. It's a 30-inch. We finna do a 30-inch bust down. So yeah, I'm actually like pulling back the hair because you don't want the hair to get stuck nowhere. You do not want the hair to get stuck on the glue. You want the hair to be farther back so that you can apply the wig onto the glue. So I'm taking piece by piece and time by time. So I just pulled up the front of my wig and then I will do the side next. You don't want to just pull your wig up and just apply it. You want to apply it from the middle to the side and to the other side. And that was the best way that I was able to secure my wigs, and I was able to get that finished look, that look that I wanted. So I'll be right back, you guys. So basically what I'm doing right here is actually rubbing it in so that it can stick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply my comb. I mean my yeah. I'm gonna apply my edge brush. I'm sorry, y'all. And I'm going to like push it down because you want it to be secure. You want your wig to be secure. So I will be cutting off the ear tabs that does not need to be there. So that's what I'm doing right now. We're gonna cut up all them tabs on the side. And then we're gonna go for the next side. We're gonna go to the other side because we want that to be secure. So all I'm doing is just cutting off what need to be cut off. They do not need to be there. Sometimes you may have to cut off a little hair, but it's fine because sometimes when you buy a wig, the wigs be too big for your head, so you have to actually cut it into the size that you need. So that's all I did. So I'm gonna just brush it back to make sure that the wig is melting into the glue. That's what we want to make sure. And y'all, I didn't really even pluck this wig like that. This wig came plucked, and all I did was bleach it, bleach the wig. So I'm just combing it through to make sure that it's getting secured into that glue. And then the next thing I will be doing is adding my Got2b to my edges just to make it, just to add some more, to make it more secure. So I just added a little of that before I put on my elastic band to hold it down. So I'm just basically just brushing it down with the Got2b glue to make sure it's more secure before I add my elastic band. Now I will be adding my elastic band to hold it down so I can get the style in my hair properly. Y'all, this wig was so soft. And I will put down below where I actually purchased this wig at. So y'all, make sure y'all go purchase this wig. So basically what I'm doing is making sure that my band is secured so that I can get the style in my hair the way that I want it to style it. So that is the next step that I will be doing. So, you know, I need my big tooth comb to get in there. Because it makes your hair less shed when you're using a big tooth comb or actually a wig brush. So, yeah, it's called hair wax stick. I told y'all I was doing a bust down middle part. So, y'all, the wax stick is going to actually hold down the hair that's sticking up to keep it more flat. So I recommend anyone who's doing a wig to have that glue. I mean that wax. I'm sorry, y'all. The wax to hold the hairs that stick up from the wig. So all I'm doing right here is just high combing it, trying to flatten it a little more. And I'm going to add my my wax stick to, like, you know, help flatten it a little more, to give it that natural flat look. So that's what I'm doing, guys. And I'm making sure that my part is straight before anything. We want to make sure that part is straight. We want to make sure that the hair is flat, no wild hairs are sticking out. That is what the wax stick is for, actually. Oh, yeah, I was so tired. I started rubbing my face. Yeah, let's get back to it. I actually was looking for something, and I found it. But let's get back to this part. We want to make sure that this part is straight. We do not want no part that is not straight. We're gonna have to fix that. That wax is gonna get all those wild hairs gone once I apply it. Have to make sure that that part is straight to business. So y'all see that little part? I kind of like over bleached the wig just a little bit. But guess what, y'all? I have something that's going to fix that. So the next step will be coming. Y'all will be adding a hot comb once again because we need to flatten out this surface. And I already got my part in order. So now it's time to flatten everything out the way it should be. So we add in a wax stick to flatten everything out. Look at y'all, look how it's coming out. We're gonna add some more of that wax because we need it to flatten out. We want it to look natural. See how that wax stick flatten the hair? That's what we want right there. And I'm gonna go through it and add the wax stick some more to flatten it out. So that's what we're doing right now. Look how it's flattening it out. Look, that's what that wax stick do. It gets down. It does what it needs to do to flatten that surface as best as you can when you're doing your bust down middle part. So we're gonna continue to do this until it's flat enough for me. in the way that I want it to look. So y'all see how flattened it is becoming after adding that wax stick. The wax stick is well needed. Okay, ladies? To get that surface flat as you need it. Ooh, yeah. So I added just a little more, got to be on my fingers. And I'm going to put the elastic band back on. I'm gonna blow dry it just for a little bit so it can dry just a little faster before I take off the elastic band. So now, let's get to flattening his hair. We want to make sure everything is flat and straight and just the way you want it. I love my big tooth comb because it gets right to the point, and your hair won't shed as much. So all I'm doing is just flat ironing, and I'm gonna go all the way through to flat iron it. Adding that hot comb again because we need this surface to be flat as we can get it. So y'all, this is after I took off the elastic band, and this is the hairstyle after. You make sure y'all subscribe.